Friday night. We've had some brilliant rugby across the last couple of days. And Manu Tuilagi will be looking to put himself at the forefront of Eddie Jones's mind. So Sarries, remember, won the reverse fixture at Allianz Park back in October with a little despair, but they didn't collect the bonus point. That rankled with them. JP Doyle in charge today. Last seen at Twickenham, of course, where things finished in slightly controversial fashion between Quins and Gloucester. And it will be Leicester to get us underway. They know that if they are to maintain this extraordinary sequence of success in reaching the Premiership playoffs, these home fixtures absolutely critical. And of course, to get one over on the Premiership and European champions would really send a message at this stage to the rest of the league.
Take him back, okay?
Ben Spencer getting a chance at number 9. And the first high ball for Freddie Burns to field. I think he's going to be getting well used to that view. He's being ushered towards the touchline. And Sarries, as ever, strong on their chase, strong on their defence.
Yeah, just needs his hair redoing. He was dragged out fairly vigorously. Just the Saracens boys letting him know what's going to be.
Just in front of the line.
Following every single kick. Perfect placement. Allows the defenders to get there and then dragged out into touch.
Ben.
So the first line-out of the match, the set piece, an area that Mark McCall was mentioning in his pre-match interview.
There we go,
needing a little bit of improvement from last week. Jamie George finding Jackson Ray, who's occupying that number 8 shirt, of course, in the absence of Billy Vunipola. And the driving work earning the visitors the first penalty.
Yeah, you can see Tom Young's folding underneath. Lockie McCaffrey ends up on the floor as well. Leicester will be desperate to prevent Saracens getting any early momentum in the driving maul after what happened at Allianz Park. A big area for Saracens in the win, and what happened at Sandy Park against Exeter last week. There's that little turn out, and you can see Lockie McCaffrey, the first one to roll underneath with his back to them all.
And Owen Farrell has put them right on that 22, taken in by Rhodes. Out it comes for Spencer and Barrett. First contact made with Owen Williams. Set up nicely here, Sarries, with options each way. Jamie George playing scrum half. A little tip on there for Will Skelton, who joined Sarries on a short-term loan.
A little bit narrow, Saracens are obviously going to use their forwards on a hit-up to try and create some momentum early on, playing the conditions.
Skoltberger. And again, the team hit, stopping him in his tracks. Jackson Ray flat on the gain line, and JP Doyle content that it was flat and not forwards. The ball is loose, and from Farrell directly into touch.
They're calm from Saracens. They know exactly what they want to do. Makes it easier for the Leicester defence to get into the game. The fact that they can keep numbers on their feet. Number up. Farrell throwing slightly speculative pass, gets away with it. A lot of numbers in front of Owen Farrell when he makes that decision.
Sharks have taken the leads at the AJ Bell against Bristol. A couple of tries, a penalty try, and one from Denny Solomona, who, of course, scored that outstanding try the other day. Brilliant finish from the Rugby League convert. Bristol have had a yellow card as well in that match. Early stages, but they kicked off at 2:30. Here, Tigers breathing a sigh of relief with the blast on the whistle from JP Doyle.
Maul with him. 6-side entry. Just there in the mud.
There's Mike Rhodes, man of the match in the fixture against the Tigers back in October. He was playing lock that day. At the time, Maro Itoje was injured. Now it's George Cruz. Austin.
Well, just look at how important the back row are when you have fullbacks receiving the ball. You know it's coming. Freddie Burns is in position. Maitland's going to chase and hit him man and ball. But you need the guy, the forward behind him, in this case McCaffrey, a lot closer. Because as he takes the ball, man and ball, he's going to get wrapped up underneath. McCaffrey's too far away there. He needs to get tucked in right underneath and support the smaller guy.
Over 15. Over 15.
Ball playing by Slater. O'Connor breaks away. Youngs for Tuilagi. Well tackled by Farrell. driven on by
The ball's available.
Tom Youngs. Club skipper brought back into the starting 15 this week. And here's Dan Cole, who himself has had a few frustrating weeks on the sidelines. Youngs for Williams, and over the top they go to Thompson. Wriggling his way inside the 22. Roberts has continued that motion, and here come Leicester. Wrapped up by Berger. Youngs to the short side. Again, this aggressive defending from Saracens with that quick press, and Jackson Ray illustrating the point, pushing them well back behind the gain line. Freddie Burns arriving at first receiver. Owen Williams again caught.
Yeah, you can see Marcelo Bosch flying out of the line, trying to block off that outside centre channel. That's giving the option for Owen Williams to throw the ball over the top. This time he did the right thing, held on, not risking the interception.
Burns. Still they keep it amongst the close confines. O'Connor is poised over it as they are poised outside the 22 again.
Watch his head forward, your man, hold on.
15th phase of possession here for the Tigers. Genge rather stops in his tracks. Tuolangi around the outside of Farrell. Bosch grappling with him. Maitland piling in. So too Rhodes. 3 to bring Manu Tuolangi down. Now Beetham is upended. Good pressure though here from Leicester. We've got a man down, and it is that man Tuolangi, bottom right of your screen, being attended to.
Easy.
Genge, nice tip on, this time for Slater to set up. Disruptive work by Figueroa at the breakdown. JP Doyle's happy enough with it. Tuolangi still down. And Burns rescuing the situation from outside the Tigers 22, but it's swallowed up here by Spencer. Farrell, one of those chasing forwards, and Saracens more than happy not to contest that. Youngs working the touchline, and offside against Leicester, so a penalty to Saracens. The Tigers have gone from the cusp of the Sarries 22 all the way up to the 10-metre line.
Hold on, Brad.
Here's that breakdown again, Ali.
Brad, I've given
great catch by McCaffrey, but he's isolated by himself. You see Tuolangi in a lot of pain.
The obstruction
3 Saracens players go straight over the top and make it so difficult for Leicester to recycle the ball, but this does not look good for Leicester or for Manu Tuolangi.
Looks like it's his knee that he was struggling with.
No, at the ruck. The number 5 was offside on this side here.
More anxiety over the health and fitness of Manu Tuolangi. This was the 3-man tackle that it took
here,
to stop him.
He's kicked the ball out, and the ball's loose, and he's picked it up.
There, you can just see that collision coming in from the rear of his right knee. It's a very dangerous area to get hit by.
Maitland's knee goes in behind the joint, and then the joint gets closed. That does not look very good at all.
So that would have been penalty against
well,
you.
An early outing for Tom Brady.
You're handling the ball, you're offside.
Tuolangi, a rather disconsolate figure now on the touchline. Leicester have been plagued by their big men falling victim to injury. Tuolangi added to a list that already includes Peterson, Tamua, Tate, Vianu, Barrow. Ajertza not available at the moment either. These are big players who, really given a fair win, would all be in the starting 15.
Steve,
just one of the reasons they've been struggling their way through the last few weeks. Line out has functioned nicely in the first instance, and then the ball is knocked out of the hands of the Tigers, so they have the penalty.
And it tells you doesn't even go up. It's the front lift that reaches through.
He's hit the ball out of your hand. I've given the penalty. That's it. Okay? Hit the ball in his hand. Right. Get him under control.
You want a new ball, the ball's kicked well away.
That's the rules of the game.
who remarkably
Just help me
has
out,
tasted defeat just twice in his last 40 starts.
You want a new ball, JP. The ball was kicked well away.
Yeah.
This time
Need a ball.
straying across the lines of legality.
You can argue that Leicester's decisions and their tactics coming into this game have actually paid dividends so far. They've tightened the game up. It's not a day to expand. So far, 70% of their game has either been through the forwards or off 9. It's a lot of rugby to be played just around that contact area, but it stops the Saracens' powerful defence from knocking you back. So tactically, a good start from Leicester.
Well, it didn't always look terribly convincing, but there was enough bend on it from Owen Williams to secure it through the sticks, and the Tigers are up and running.
Yes, following on from what Austin said with that man off the field, the problem for Leicester now is you don't have that fear of the carry out wide, so it's a lot easier to narrow up your defence from a Saracens point of view, make those big tackles, stop Leicester getting momentum. They'll need Jack Roberts to take Manu Tuolangi's role, try and get Leicester over the game line.
Good as Roberts is and energetic as he has been in the last couple of weeks, he's not quite the same physical specimen. Ben Youngs testing out Alex Good, who's chasing in some way and takes it brilliantly. Crosses the 10-metre line. Barrington playing in place of Mako Vunipola, currently on the loose head. Farrell to George. Bosch. Mike Rhodes. Barrett. Again, flat for Barrington, who has Cole to deal with simultaneously. Farrell, Good, George again. Strong defensive work from the Tigers. Very flat and very quick, giving Sarries a little taste of their own medicine. Spencer pops it through. And Burns, on a very tight angle, clears it away into safety, but with no ground gained.
That is brilliant decision making from Spencer. Under huge pressure, would have realised that the kick had come up to compete. The chase wasn't in behind there. Look, if he'd passed that ball a little bit wider out, given it to Owen Farrell, he would have found Owen Farrell under huge pressure, going backwards, shoveling on, poor ball. Makes the decision to kick it into the corner. They get the ball back now from this line out.
Toji combining with Jamie George, who then is dropping on the loose ball. And here they begin to build that momentum all over again. Skelton, all 22 stone of him, but he's dropped the ball. And the Tigers will have to put it into the scrum. Oz.
Well, just looking back, I know I seem to be harping on about the ability to take and give high balls, but watch the carry from Skelton first. I mean, such a big guy, but Williams does so well, targets the ball, rips it out. But what Saracens have the ability to do is they give Good a nest. They give him an area of comfort. You watch all these guys creating a little pocket, which means none of the Leicester guys can actually get through to compete with Good, so he takes it by himself in the air. So that's really an easy catch, and he's going forward, so then the next ruck is easy for those guys to clear out. Reverse that for Leicester, and all the Saracens players are allowed through to really target Freddie Burns, something that they need to concentrate on, because you concede so much ground from him.
The clever bit is not being spotted if there is a suggestion of obstruction, isn't it?
You just run in 4 channels. If you run in 4 channels, it's very difficult for anyone to get through anyway. But what you don't do is you don't watch the kick go in the air. So a lot of sides, they say, oh, that's a nice kick, and they watch it and they jog back. But 4 guys immediately turn and run to a sort of protective nest point.
So Bristol fighting back at the AJ Bell, and they fought back through Tom Varndell, who's now equalled the Premiership try-scoring record held by Mark Cueto. So Quates, if you're watching, time to dig out those boots again. 90 Premiership tries, and Dean Hammond has scored for Worcester. Vital try for the Warriors as they battle away at the bottom
Not on the shoulder.
Bind long,
against Harlequins.
Hold your balance, Leicester. Bind where you're meant to bind, please.
And Gloucester with a narrow lead over the Saints.
If you want me to sanction, you've got to show me you're holding your space.
Billy Bird's penalty.
Hold your space, both sides. I can't tell on that one.
Just to reiterate, the game at the AJ Bell between Sale and Bristol kicks off at 2:30. The others all at 3 o'clock.
Bind. Sit. First push by Saracens. First push by Saracens. Steady, please. First push from Saracens.
Early shove from the visitors. A little bit of a reshuffle on the Sarries bench late on, by the way. Juan Figueroa, of course, operating at tight head. Petrus du Plessis was due to be on the bench. And Titi Lamasateli will now be performing that function with Hayden Thompson-Stringer added to the bench on the loosehead side. Vincent Koch has been sick all week.
Leicester on the line. Leicester on the line. Over 15, foot on the line.
Cole's done well to get inside of Barrington there, get his hands through towards the ball, but it's safely secure at the back.
Spencer, again, the kick to contest, and it's very well taken by Thompson. Ashton bearing down on him. That's loose, and it's gathered in by Ellis Genge. Jackson Ray. Oof. Williams really putting himself about. Alex Goods.
He's been put outside by 10.
Hasn't found space. He's found Youngs.
Hands on ground, 6, leave it, 6 Saracens. Hands went on the ground first to balance.
Williams. Towering kick for Maitland. And there's security from the Scotland international.
Brady does well. It wasn't quite where he wanted it. He wanted it a little bit wider and flatter to run onto. Felt there was an opportunity for the crossfield kick.
Come on. Ball's available. Use it, please. Use 2 and up bang, guys.
Spencer testing Burns again, and here comes Bosch. Just a little overrun. Maitland is there, though. Battle of the box kicks, and Youngs has just put too much on that, and out it goes on the full.
Again, it's the accuracy, isn't it? The times where Leicester are leaving the ball on the field. There's a lot of grass in front of whoever stood at the back, whether that's Jackson Ray or Alex Good to run onto. When they do kick to compete in the air and have their runners up there, Ben Youngs misses the target.
He does miss the target, but he's put under a lot more pressure than Spencer is at the breakdown around the side.
Spencer for Barrett, and Jackson Ray coming thundering through the middle. Quick ball for Spencer. Farrell, who was just a little bit deeper than he might ordinarily have been, allowing him a fraction more time.
JP, foul play against Red. Okay,
what's the foul play decision?
Just a penalty. It is for Leicester.
We'll be coming back to investigate some foul play.
Playing a man in the chest, pushing him off the ball.
Yeah, Michael Rhodes being done for going too far past the ruck,
number 6,
playing the man too far away from it. Penalty only.
Number 6, playing a man way past the ball, okay?
That was spotted by Paul Dix, who's running the line on that far side.
It's good momentum again from Saracens, but as Rhodes arrives, Beetham not really in there. I think that's a bit harsh.
Well, the referee was unmoved.
Well, it's only that Beetham trips as the shove comes in. He thinks Beetham's going to go there. Just a little push. Perhaps lesser of the law it is, but...
Out.
And they've been punished for it.
You never really know, do you, if somebody's going to have a secondary go at the ruck, so you've got to be safe and make sure that the fringes are gone as well.
No ball.
Tremendous noise inside Welford Road, as ever.
Just make sure you come into the gate.
Ed Slater just passing on the line-out call there. You'd expect Leicester might fancy just a little dabble at a drive, just test the water. Brendan O'Connor in at scrum half, ready to latch in on the ball.
Okay, fair contest
win it
there.
securely.
Slater gathering it in, and it's tidied by O'Connor.
For Leicester.
Alice Genge quickly becoming a crowd favourite in these parts. Cole.
It's okay, 10, up you get 4, it's okay.
Williams clings on. Roberts drops the shoulder, driving into Berger.
Accidental obstruction.
Obstruction. Handing possession back
Leicester
to
player ran in
Sarries.
front of the Leicester player, accidental. Yeah.
Third Premiership start of the season for Jack Roberts. Started against Sarries away,
So we'll see how they
and
react.
down at Sandy Park as well. Here's the
See how they react.
incident.
Boys, there's a mark, left to mark, please. Left to mark.
A huge amount in that, was
It's a
it?
bit of a nothing call, isn't it? He runs into his own man. It doesn't really stop the tackle being completed, or Saracens concede too much ground, but letter of the law is right.
Sit!
Tigers pack applying plenty of pressure, but Jackson Ray afforded a little bit too much space from the base. Spencer wasting no time in sending it high. Brady underneath it. Maitland jostling him off the ball, and it's there for Barrington. Keeps it alive, and Itoje swoops upon it. Taken on by Jamie George. Skelton. Very well tackled by Fitzgerald. That's an awkward kick too, and running away into touch inside the 22.
Two really good consecutive kicks from that guy. The EPS squad, Ben Spencer. First of all, the box kick, fantastic, and then he sees the space and applies
Farrell
pressure.
knew it was coming, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because Farrell is on his bike. They'd pre-called it. They're looking to target that right-hand Leicester wing.
Well, in some ways, that's got a little bit better since Manu Tuolangi's gone off. Beetham's gone back into centre, and Brady's a very experienced right winger. We've received a lot of kicks there.
Young sword in, that's been stolen by Itoje, and Saracens will look to pounce from here, from 6 metres out. Berger, assisted by George. Now the power comes in from behind.
Take a step 5. Number 4 offside. Number 4 offside.
The advantage here with the visitors. Tigers have overstepped the line.
Penalty advantage.
Sarries waiting patiently, waiting to strike. Farrell, kick to nothing, crossfield, looking to pick out Ashton. Not quite.
Yeah, great call to go for that freebie. Shot to nothing. If they go through any more phases, there's a danger they lose the advantage. Farrell overrules. Here's the lost ball. Itoje getting great height up. Probably needs a little bit more shape on that from Tom Youngs. And then with the advantage plays, they don't want to risk losing it. 50-50 call. Really good defence from Freddie Burns in the end. Gets a little bit lucky with the bounce.
He does really well, Freddie Burns, because he was out of
just
position
15,
by about 5 yards.
15.
Crossfield kick, he's backing
Jamie.
off, but does well to get his hands above his head and just dislodge it. Takes 2 points off the scoreboard for me there for Saracens. That could easily have been 5 points.
Great. Thanks.
In an unfamiliar shirt, Freddie Burns. Successive starts though at fullback.
Because the balls are open play, you can't obstruct the tackler, so just be careful. Yeah, preferably.
Sirens wailing, but all clear and calm in the mind of Owen Farrell. 3 points apiece. 24.5 minutes gone. Let's have a word with the Tigers Director of Rugby, Richard Cockerell. Richard, you suffered an early setback with Manu Tuilagi's exit. Just describe how much that disrupts what you're trying to do today.
Oh, it's not too bad. I mean, Peter Beetham's played a lot at 13 for us. Tom Brady's an experienced Premiership winger, so we have to get on with it. So we've had a pretty good start. We just need to control those kicking battles and make sure we exit properly, and whether that's set piece or from kicks, and we'll put ourselves in a position to try and win the game.
Thanks very much for your time, Richard. I think we better pay attention to what's going on here. It's Ellis Genge, 10 metres out. Sarries having a kick charge down, and Cole on the front foot. Welford Road finding the volume button. Youngs darting and then held.
He's caught by Skelton and Itoje. Itoje's now got his body around and been able to collapse on top of the ball. Will get turned over.
I just didn't hear. I did.
Just caught in two minds, Tom Youngs, wasn't he? None of the options were on. And by not throwing that pass, he runs into the two of the best exponents of the choke tackle in the Saracens team. Brilliant work from Brady. He's been sensational since he came on in both his kick receipt and his kick chasing. Great reaction, doesn't try and do too much, just keeps running forward.
Then you can move over.
And then here's Youngs just trying to spin, and as he spins, straight back into Itoje, and watch Itoje now get his body round. As soon as that happens, the referee's going to call maul, and they can just let Youngs go to ground, collapse on top of him, and they get the turnover.
Second row partnership working beautifully in tandem for Sarries, who needs to take care of business here, just 5 metres out. And the Tigers unquestionably enjoying their battles in that set piece. So far, Saracens have been able to do the necessary.
What Leicester don't want to do here is give away a needless penalty. They've got the pressure on now. Don't overcompete.
Ball's available there. You're holding him there. Ball's available.
Spencer taking his time. Really is taking his time. Youngs and Fitzgerald just making him absolutely sure that they're there too. Burns feeding Brady. Tom Brady, formerly of the Sale Sharks. Hit hard in the tackle by Jamie George. Burns sends it deep. Maitland hurtling backwards, calls for the mark.
Almost rushes himself a little bit, Maitland, there, didn't he? By taking that quick tap.
Williams feeds Brady. Ashton patrolling. He's given that a fair old whack.
Certainly has. Fantastic kick there. But for me, Leicester had the opportunity here, and you see this quite a lot. Forwards have got to wait to come round the corner, so they're unable to come a little bit late to get an outside shoulder tackle. But if the ball gets slowed down, you end up having three guys lined up in static situations, and you're going to get blitzed. Ben Youngs knows that, tries to sell the dummy and create space himself. Too often we see forwards taking the ball from a standing start, and against Saracens, that's only going to get you knocked back. You come round that corner really late, outside shoulder, you've got a good chance of a fend and a leg drive. Otherwise, shoulder on shoulder tackle, you're going to get hit back against Sarries. He's just trying to get things going for Leicester, Ben Youngs, isn't he, in terms of attack around the fringes. Shows how much pressure Saracens put on you.
Slater providing the line-out ball. Farrell wasn't too far away from the charge down on Williams, who did well to get it away. Still the aerial battle continues. Jackson Ray waits and slams his way into Freddie Burns.
Yeah, a bit like the game at Allianz Park, the difference in the time that Freddie Burns has as opposed to Alex Good.
Good with plenty of time.
5, come back. That's okay.
And that one is a little bit too far this time from The Saracens fullback Burns looking to chip and gather, but it's fallen for Spencer, and again maybe the timing of that little bit of creative flair from Burns questionable. And the clearance ultimately is a decent one, and we end up on halfway.
Just the right thing to begin with, Freddie Burns, for me. It's too close to risk the kick being charged down, makes the step, and then he probably is just unsighted. He doesn't see the backfield cover from Spencer. As we said it before the game, we're saying it during the game. Leicester are losing the kicking battle, but they're still well in this game thanks to their forwards pack.
Barrett hard up across the gain line. O'Connor making the tackle. Jackson Ray, who's really busying himself in the loose. In the absence of the Vunipolas, the likes of Ray and Skelton and Itoje really got to go to town on the carrying front, and they're doing that here. Jackson Ray again. Good pressure over the ball from Leicester.
You got to go that way and let them clear him.
JP Doyle not so impressed.
He got in on top of this.
Neither am I with that decision. It's not very good. He's asked him to roll away. For my money, Tom Youngs was rolling away. He said, I want you to roll away this way. Tom Young said,
because of you, I need to penalise it.
I did roll away. But he has got a point. If you're blocking, clearing out runners here, so this is a great angle because we see Tom Youngs fall. O'Connor's entitled to go now. Has somebody been stopped from clearing out there? I don't think they have. Maybe yes, maybe no. For me, it's not a clear-cut penalty.
The issue I've got with that penalty decision is his only other way he can roll is directly backwards towards the Saracens line. If he does that, he takes out the 9 and he gets penalised for taking out the 9.
Another clean strike from the boot of the Saracens, number 10. Edging their way in front in a cagey battle at the moment. Owen Farrell, who was skipper last week against Newcastle. Actually only making his 3rd Premiership appearance of the season, given the fact he missed the opening 6 weeks. And was away on international duty. Taken by Bosch.
Full bind, 7 Saracens, full bind.
McCaffrey.
Come on. Come on.
Genge goes wide to Thompson. Good power from the winger. Williams, that's delicate, and it's claimed by Good or not claimed by Good. It's been knocked forwards, and the Tigers have a real opportunity now. O'Connor.
Okay, look, I can't play on from that, okay, but it's a knock-on Leicester ball. He's just splashed down the top, Leicester ball. Clear offence there of 6 going to ground, but it's a knock-on here.
Great little chip.
No one in behind this time, so the chip's on. McCaffrey and Roberts coming through. Roberts makes the right decision not to go for it, allows Good to take it, hits him hard, and spill the ball.
There's a guy out top rolling away. There's no one turning the ball over. On your one, the ball was turned over because of where you were. Okay, that's why I ruled
Still offence.
That's why I ruled it, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
So
perfect timing.
Yeah.
It's a good tactic as well, when you know you're getting blitzed defensively. If they haven't got a sweeper in place, that little chip, if it's a little straighter and less diagonal, gives you a much better opportunity to get your foot runners onto it quickly.
I'd rather get it right than penalise. Crouch! Bind!
So a scrum this time with the Tigers put in. Certainly the last couple of scrums we've seen a degree of dominance. That's a clever little grubber through from Youngs. It's tricky for Goods.
It was a fantastic kick from Youngs. Perfectly weighted.
Are you happy, player?
It's been taken quickly, and Youngs is on it. And here's his brother. To the open side they go. Saracens edging across, making sure their spacing is right defensively, but the Tigers have built up a good head of steam here, and there's the pace and power onto the ball that was lacking just a short time ago. And then the ball is dislodged, but the penalty is awarded regardless.
No, I told you about before the game. Away you go, please, Brad. Okay, you've got to get off your feet and steady yourself with your hands.
Just asking why it was Leicester's line out that they took quickly.
I'm not talking to you now, Brad.
The referee and the referee's assistant. It was JP Doyle who actually said he thinks it was Alex Good that took the ball into touch. He overruled, and then when Leicester went quickly, they were happy with it.
It was while the discussion was taking place as to whose line out it perhaps should be. Some sharp thinking from the Tigers.
Well, arguably yes, and arguably no, I think, Al. That looks like a bit of a dangerous tackle, but if you're 5 metres from the line out in the rain, and I'm the captain of Leicester, probably want to have a go at driving Sarries over the line, unless you can guarantee me you're going to make a break.
All square.
I will not let their captain come running at me on your penalty.
Not a huge amount in it. And another nail biter for the Tigers coaching staff to ponder.
So that's what Brad Barrett's debating about. Brilliant kick from Youngs. Good, just won't sit up for him, won't roll on. He's not 100% sure. Brady puts the pressure on, and his foot was in the air when he touched it. Right decision.
Brilliantly weighted kick. And McCaffrey's gathering this one in. He's been wrapped up by Rhodes.
Can't be in front.
And we've got another
the player in front, that's all I see.
bit of obstruction.
Accidental offside. Runs into his own man.
Which? Just run into each other.
Very frustrating decision here for Leicester.
Well, that's the push from Rhodes, isn't it, that puts O'Connor in that position.
Shakes of the head. They know that that was a potentially pivotal moment as we approach the half-time whistle, having been right up the other end of the field, scoring points, applying the pressure, and now trapped back inside their 22.
Put your head on the outside. Let's go, please.
That is not a happy sight. Manu Tuolangi, who has just had a terrible time of it with injuries, mostly with the one injury, the groin problem, which seemingly had cleared up. This looks to be a different situation altogether. And that is a massive shove from the Leicester pack, and McCaffrey has given that everything, and Brady's chasing hard. Good and Maitland are covering. And Alex Goods, oh, that's dangerous. Very dangerous.
They say it's dangerous. There's absolutely nothing that Alex Good can do because of the quality of the chase from Youngs and Brady. They pincer him. So whichever way he tries to turn, he hasn't got time to get the kick away when he first picks it up. And whichever way he turns, he's going to get tackled. Here's the quality of the shunt from Leicester. Big drive. They take them off. McCaffrey spots no one at home. Good up attacking in the line. And then it's just a foot race. Good does really well to get back, but look how they work as a pair here. Ben Youngs talking to Brady all the time. There's nowhere he can go. Maitland doing his best to try and shield Good. Nothing he can do but step over the line. Leicester get the put in. 5 metres out.
And if he was going to kick there, Ozzy had to do it almost instantaneously.
Yeah, he had to kick it away with his left foot, didn't he? But I think the chase, as Ben said, was too close, too good. That just shows you the difference you can make.
A huge scrum. I mean, what happened last time? The Saracens front row will be wanting to reverse the trend here and give it just as big a shot. Leicester will sniff blood.
What a position this is. What an opportunity. JP Doyle is being patient here, but Saracens eager to get that initial drive on.
Yeah, Barrington just stepping out. That's what the referee's assistant is feeding the information into JP Doyle now. Barrington just flipping those hips out, dropping that left shoulder slightly on Cole.
He's never gone in that one though. Crouch! Fine! Set!
More solid from Sarries, but the ball firmly in Tigers' care.
There's actually 2 offences there. First, Barrington drops his elbow, and then realising he's in trouble, his flanker Rhodes moves up his bind and goes on to Cole. Just going to turn that screw. Do they go for the points? And
they've got to go for the scrum. They have to go for the scrum again.
What, 10 occasions?
They're going for the points. They're in top there. Last 2 scrums. That goes again. That's a penalty try.
He wants the scrummage. I think that much is clear.
So.
Yeah, keep going.
Big decision, but that decision has been made.
It's a massive decision, especially just before half-time, because you miss the kick now. You go from what is a hugely positive scenario to one that's not so good.
Well, he's no stranger to pressure environment, Owen Williams. Cast your mind back a couple of weeks to that huge effort from halfway to sink Munster. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is a very significant miss from Owen Williams. Saracens have dodged a bullet there, no mistake about it. And we are level at the break. Plenty to come here from Welford Road. So much more you feel in this match, but at half-time, Leicester 6, Saracens 6. We wish him well in that recovery, the latest in a long, long line, but how much, Ben, do you think the Leicester Tigers will rue the missed penalty at the end of that first 40?
Yeah, particularly with that opportunity to take another scrum. The scrum seemed to be getting on top, and against Saracens you really need some sort of psychological dent in their armour, and certainly the forwards in the first half, Leicester, to me, got the upper hand, both that set piece and the scrum, and in terms of their carrying, they need to continue that in that vein. Certainly didn't see the best of Saracens in the first half, but they will always look comfortable with that confidence that they have behind them.
Still the drizzle apparent, and no doubt the kicking battle will continue. Very much a feature of the first 40, and here's Alex Good, eager to make a point in front of the watching England head coach, having been left out of the elite player squad. Berger wrapped up in the tackle by Slater. Farrell out on the full. Not too often you see that.
2 metres on the line, there you go.
Owen Farrell tends to deal in pinpoint accuracy.
Again, probably one time where he's under a little bit of pressure because Saracens hadn't won the collision on the previous breakdown. Just allowed Ed Slater to get on his bike a little bit quicker, maybe getting his eye line.
Missed by a fair old distance too.
All right. Is it gone?
Yeah, the breakdown of the England number 10 this season. Some extraordinary performances in amongst that, of course, not least the one on comeback from injury at the Stade Mayol in the Champions Cup against Toulon. Dan Cole receiving a little bit of treatment, and so a chance for us to let you know about the other rugby coming your way. All the highlights from round 12 of the Aviva Premiership can be found tonight at 10 o'clock, BT Sport 3 HD, and then we start the next round before we head into Europe. Newcastle against Bath up at Kingston Park Friday from 7. Saracens against Exeter, that'll be a thriller at Allianz Park next Saturday 2:30. And then we're at the Rico, where Wasps have completed an unbeaten 2016. They're up against the Leicester Tigers, 2:30 on Sunday, BT Sport 1. Cole restored. No changes, by the way, to the setups as they re-emerged in this second period. And there's Mike Williams, a man who's had a very frustrating time of it with his broken arm, but now fully fit.
That's a really good transfer from Leicester under pressure. That's pulled down a maul. Advantage coming.
Taken on by Genge. JP Doyle are letting Leicester go through their phases here to see what they might make of it. Thompson, a little bit out on his own here, but making good ground. And dragged into touch, so back for the penalty.
Collapse.
Yeah, initially Saracens were allowed to pull
Inside
the
Leicester's half, JP.
attempted set-up. Maro Itoje there on the floor. He was okay because he was the only one in, but as soon as Saracens put too many bodies in and Figalo goes down first, that's the penalty.
The other side of the halfway line, JP.
Yeah, it's the other side, is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, sorry, it's the other side halfway line.
That's it.
Thanks, good info.
And that's good from Williams. And he's taken them nice and deep inside the 22. A lot of chatter about his future. Gloucester amongst the suitors. Attracting a fair few headlines, of course, in Wales as well. So Leicester needing some points out of this possession inside the Sarries 22. The inside ball from O'Connor, just held for a moment in front of the nose of Tom Youngs.
Okay, just on that inside pass, did he use the arm to bat the ball forward?
Now play on, JP, play on.
Okay, thank you.
Good drive from Cole. Stopped in the end by Figalo. And Mike Williams again using that upper body strength to good effect. Jackson Ray and Maro Itoje making life difficult. It's kicked through and the ball is snaffled by Skelton.
Leicester just losing bodies on their feet, eventually ran out. Jackson Ray came through, kicked the ball.
Thanks, Ed.
I was going to say another good take from Brady, but he's lost it. And it's fallen for Barrington, so we'll go back for the initial knock-on. He did well to climb high.
Just as that hit comes in, as he's still juggling it, just prevents him regathering with the right hand.
You look at the difference of the picture. When he lands on the floor, the first three people he meets are in different coloured shirts.
I'm going to come put it.
Makes it so much more difficult as a back three play. If you land and you've got a big back rower, you know, a McCaffrey or whoever, right next to you as you land and ripping off you straight away.
On the outside, okay.
Makes your life a lot easier.
Crouch!
Noticed actually when it's the other way around how much protection Maitland gives Good. Runs really intelligent lines without drawing the wrath of the referee. Just runs, guides people off the ball.
Sorry, scrum still not secure. Jackson Ray has gone forwards off the fingertips of Williams. Sarries, no doubt, having trouble in that scrummage. And that's a credit to the work that the Leicester 8 are doing.
Good scrum, 8 played away. Just unlucky with
You can see it's the area that will give Leicester confidence for this second half. That every time there's a scrum, they can put pressure on Saracens. Doesn't quite come off for Owen Williams, but psychologically, the damage has been done.
At one stage there, I thought he was going to volley it straight over.
Have a look at that scoreline from the AJ Bell. Bristol have taken the lead against Sale. Remember, they were trailing 12-0, Bristol. Max Crompton has scored. A narrow advantage, 3 tries apiece at the AJ Bell. Bristol really stirring at the bottom of the table, and Worcester, last time we looked, were in front over Quins as well. Signs of life at the bottom. That's not a pretty sight. Tigers awarded the penalty.
First action like this, second action to ground. First action like this, second action to ground.
I don't think I've ever seen a prop do a somersault in a scrum before, but Ellis Genge did one there.
First action like that, second action to ground.
The referee saying it was caused by that man. I think he was trying to pump his legs after the scrum had gone down, and that's what caused him to flip over. Here's the battle between those two. Who goes down first? Referee says it's Figolo, and then Genge gets the legs pumping and flips over. Kicks Berger in the face.
Well, it's happened just inside the Sarries half, so it's given Owen Williams another chance. That's looking good. It's got a little bit of help. A big roar from Welford Roads. Bit of a snarl from Owen Williams. Not quite the cheeky wink from a couple of weeks ago when he landed the monster against Munster. But as we've said time and again, it really doesn't matter how they go through, only that they do.
He skied it a bit, didn't he? You called it though, Ali. You knew it was going to go straight over.
Never in doubt, mate. Good clearance from Burns. Excellent ground gained up to the 10-metre line. Here's another look at that. It did seem to stop 2/3 of the way there.
Can you stop doing that? Just stay on your own line. Please, thanks. Come on.
Jamie George finding Berger. Brad Barrett, Farrell, slicker stuff from the Sarries back division, dug through, and oh, we've got a nasty injury by the look of things.
Look, he's snoring.
Yeah, very brave from Sarries. They go wide, and then Brady steps in. I think it's a clash of heads.
It's Chris Ashton who's down.
Yeah, Brady reads the play because they throw to the front. It means the back row are off, which Brady sees the opportunity to go forward.
JP, just have a look at that. It's an accidental clash of heads.
Okay, yeah, his eyes were rolled and he was out cold and hit the ground. I don't even know. You guys have the ball still? Yeah, your ball, where it's kicked from.
No doubt in JP Doyle's mind that Chris Ashton lost consciousness there for a moment.
Just wonder, from tomorrow,
can you give me a restart point
I
there,
believe that will be a penalty to Saracens when January 3rd
I'm just going to have a look and touch the team
comes in from the next round of games.
So it's just after, so I think it's when the outside...
I think it will be a penalty, but it is clearly accidental. At the moment, those
outside him somewhere, I think, between the 10 and halfway.
Laws or amendments haven't come in.
What is going to be interesting is how much discretion the referee is given to actually have the autonomy
position
to
where
say
it's kicked, JP?
that was a rugby incident.
I don't know what happened after that.
Well, it's
Wholly
difficult for me to
accidental.
tell when you blew the whistle, but
Nothing that Brady could have done.
JP, it's Dixie. I've got the mark where the kick was made from, and I believe you blew the whistle.
They kicked the ball.
The ball was kicked on the touch. Dixie got the mark where it's kicked.
Which was it, before or after the blue whistle? Okay, so we'll start with...
It's looking like another
here.
spell on the touchline for Chris Ashton. He's already spent 13 weeks out, of course, with his suspension for biting.
Agree with that.
Scrum there, ball. Just as soon as he went down, I blew it dead. So scrum there. I know they kicked the ball. Thanks.
Well, there's no discussion to have here, really.
Well, I don't think they are. I think they're just checking that he's safe to stand up, Austin, that his neck's okay. Clearly, the referee.
I'm not talking about the time that he remains on the field. I'm talking about the fact that he's not going to return at any stage now.
It's which?
So warm applause for Chris Ashton, who makes his way off the field. And on comes Nathan Earl, in whom Saracens are investing a lot of time in. 22 years old, came through the academy, spent some time with Canterbury in their successful NPC campaign in New Zealand. Scored a try up at the AJ Bell in the Champions Cup a couple of weeks ago. And looking to take his chance now that Ashton is off the field. Bentio, by the way, scored for Worcester, who have extended their lead over Harlequins at Sixways. There's the latest, 21-0, but again, Tigers enjoying themselves at scrum time, but Bosch is breaking free. Nice hands from Berger to Good. Skelton. Spencer under pressure, but Lockie McCaffrey penalised.
Yeah, it's because he goes over Skelton. You can blindside and sack the 9 if you come right round, but what you can't do is jump over the ruck to do it. And if you watch where Skelton is, lovely hands from Berger to put Good into a bit of space. And then as we come back here, just watch where Skelton is, and watch the angle McCaffrey goes right over the top of him. He's straight in front of the referee. That's the decision.
It's the right decision. If McCaffrey makes one more stride after Skelton's body, he's okay. But the simple fact is he's taken off. You can't do that.
Still will be big concerns from Saracens about what's happening at the scrum, though, because while this game is one of those 3-point rolling scoreboard games where you're only ever getting 3 points ahead, the worry as the game moves on will be every time there's a scrum in Saracens' half, there's a chance Leicester could get a penalty.
Collector's item.
Not if you're a Saracen supporter, it's not, because you do not want to see this, as Ben said, in such a tight game. We saw Owen Williams miss one not too far away from there. There must be something wrong with the pitch there, because those two guys don't miss from that area, that close in.
Changes to the front row for Sarries. Schalk Britt replacing Jamie George. And Titi Lamusateli is on in place of Richard Barrington as well. Alex Good sends it very high, and again Burns is equal to it. He's performed an excellent job of diffusing those bombs.
Touched. That's a Leicester.
It's a good touch found.
Leicester throw in, ball touched, and half a charge down. Owen Williams, Ben Young's trying to organise quickly, keep some tempo on the game.
Freddie Burns does very well there. He gets hit in the tackle but makes his body long, so makes the ruck a lot longer, a lot harder to get turned over. He's done well under the high balls, pretty much by himself so far this afternoon, Freddie Burns.
Here's Jack Roberts. Gerald. Roberts again. finding Brady, who in turn is finding Maitland and Itoje. Nasty one this for Alex Good, and he's done well.
Much better kick from Youngs to put the pressure on. Leicester do, as a result, with the kick being chaseable, Leicester able to move some of those runners in front of the chasers. A little bit of a shove there from O'Connor just to open up Alex Good for the double hit, and then straight back to his feet and ignore the ball, drive straight through with the support players unable to get round and through the gates.
And that's the difference. If your kick is 5 metres further on, having one that's right on the pinch point. Ben Young's first 100% box kick of the afternoon, and that's the result of it.
A win for Bristol at the AJ Bell. 2 in a row, and their first away win since March 2008. The complexion of the Aviva Premiership table is ever changing in these last week or two.
It's now a 3-horse race for relegation.
Sale dragged right into it. Okay. Goal kicking not at its best this afternoon.
I don't know whether there's anything in it, but obviously Leicester resurfaced the pitch this year. And walking on it before, we've had so much rain today, a bit like, do you remember Northampton a couple of years ago? It's such a hard surface underneath that when you get that much rain, the top inch or so soft that maybe those kickers, as they're planting that kicking foot, it's just sliding a bit more than it usually does.
Another high one from Burns. Who's going to claim it? Itoje will claim it. And there's a little bit of space here. Lamositelli, though, darts back in field. Nathan Earl looking for it on the wide outside. It's in danger of landing in no man's land. It's taken by Burns again, who's taken command of things at the back. That's trouble for Williams. It's stolen by Barrett. And Sarries look to move this quickly. Oh, Farrell is through. Nobody looking, nobody home. Hole opening up. Farrell claiming the opening try.
All stems from Ben Young's pass. Gets his hands wrong. The breakdown, then Dan Cole hasn't got the ability to get far and out defensively. He's left a whole lot of work to do as the forwards back off defensively to try and just for this mistake.
As they try and react to the mistake, Leicester slow to retreat defensively. It's either Williams or Slater. There's Slater in the picture. I think it's Williams, and as he comes back, he takes the wrong man. Dan Cole just steps in slightly, opens up the gap. Williams doesn't follow him in. And it's just the speed that the ball came out. They couldn't get the defensive line sorted. Williams goes for one, and they split between Cole and Williams is always going to be read by someone with the decision-making ability of Owen Farrell. Really good score for the visitors.
One chance, one opening, one try. That's more like it from Owen Farrell. Much more like it. 13 points to 9. Saracens delivering something of a sucker punch for the Tigers.
Well, those fine margins of throwing that pass from Ben Youngs. Caught just hesitant in his decision-making.
Lockie McCaffrey off, Will Evans on. So not exactly like for like in the back row for Tigers. We'll talk about that perhaps in a moment or two.
Perfect. Definitely.
Spencer taking his time and ensuring the clearance is a decent one. Oz.
Yeah, it's a lovely kick from Spencer, but as Ben said, it was really tough to get the defensive line in place. They seem to have a good position here. They've got 3 guys in the line, but Danko steps in, overreads the play, doesn't get the communication, and then steps back out too late. Farrell reads that really well and goes through on the outside shoulder. All about communication, and also all about maximising and capitalising on a mistake from your opposing international halfback partner. He just got his hands underneath the ball, Ben Youngs there. When you get your hands underneath the ball as a 9, it is so tough to pass.
Thompson off his wing in the midfield, stopped by Brits. Youngs changing the angle. Itoje got a boot on that.
Left his hands, please. If he's blocked it with his foot.
And the penalty goes Saracens' way, although we're going to have another look at
this. Is really interesting with Maro Itoje. Can you dive in with your foot like this?
Number 5 blocked the kick with his foot after he kicked it, or whether he kicked it out of his hands. There's a big difference.
In football, it's a red card. It's over the ball, but
that's okay.
So that
he's played the ball.
To me,
as long as the kick's been made, you can use your foot to block it.
And then number 5 is entitled to block it with his foot like that.
Not something you see every day of the week.
Okay, he'd already kicked the ball, so it's legal. Fine.
Stephen Gerrard would be proud of that, wouldn't he?
He'd be off the field.
Got the ball, ref. I got the ball.
All the talents.
Bosch is getting the long range cannon out to attempt this one.
Just wonder what was going through Maro's thought process, though. As he came round the corner, he thought, I can block this with my foot.
Yeah, I think he was thinking, I'm not getting it with my hands.
Remarkable.
Redefining rugby. Expect that down the road at the Walker Stadium. So this is a huge effort from Marcelo Bosch, the long-range specialist. Neither distance nor accuracy this time for the Argentinians. So score remains 13-9 as we head towards the final quarter. Owen Farrell. Burns off on an adventure. Thompson kicked through by Ben Youngs, finding a brilliant touch. Sarries think about the quick one and then think otherwise. So let's speak to Alex Sanderson, part of the coaching setup with Sarries. Alex, you'll be delighted with the Owen Farrell try, but where does the balance of power lie here? Can you close this out from 20 minutes out?
Well, I'd like to think so, make for a happy new year, but it's just the scrap that we expected, Ali, that they gave Munster, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and Leicester, within a score, you can never count them out, so hopefully we'll turn the scrum back around, bring in Stuck Brits on with TT Lamataselli, good scrummager, so we can get some parity there. Then that'll be an advantage we take away from Leicester, because we believe we're winning the kicking battle. That's the next thing. If we win that, we win the territory. 3 points will take us out of range.
You mentioned the changes you made to the front row. What particularly was going wrong for you at scrum time?
Every referees it differently, and we feel that, you know, Genge was allowed to get a slight angle on Juan Figueroa's, particularly in this one, 5 minutes from their line. But particularly they're beating us that second shove, so on the feed they're getting a nudge on us. And on a wet pitch, on a heavy pitch, you only need a few inches, and that's all the momentum you need.
Thanks for your time, Alex.
Cheers, Ali.
Nathan.
Lovely little break
Nathan.
from Adam Thompson there. Owen Farrell does really well in open play to come back and cut off the wide channel.
Yeah. Do you want to make the sub
Jim
now,
Hamilton
or
will make a
kick?
difference at the scrum as well. He's one of the best scrummaging locks
Kick if you want,
around.
the sub after.
Former Tigers man, of course, waiting his turn. And now coming on
Jack.
to replace Will
Watch your
Skelton.
running lines, going back from the kick. Yeah, you understand me?
Played for the Tigers all the way back in that 2006 final.
Owen.
And subsequently is headed to Gloucester and Montpellier before pitching up with Sarries. Skelton has done his job for the day with Sarries until the end of January. 12-6 at Kingsholm.
Let it come. IGN 19, well done. 19-8. Come on, move your leg.
Williams working up a good head of steam as he crashes onto the ball. We've seen that a few times this afternoon. Young's isolated. Genge, though, on the loop. Corner blasted back in the tackle by Jackson Ray. We won't be seeing Chris Ashton again, by the way, as Williams pops that over the top and it's taken in by Bosch. Quite a bit of space in that particular corner of the field, and Burns is being super careful. And he's evaded the grasp of Bosch and of Jim Hamilton. Well, some nifty footwork from Freddie Burns, not before having to be quite careful about the bounce of the ball just outside the 22.
And a whole lot of bravery as well, Al. There's a lot of guys coming at you very quickly there. The ball's bouncing all over the field, but he didn't rush it.
I understand how that can be
Been very
really
impressive for Leicester under a huge amount of pressure.
Stop, I'm here.
Youth replaced by experience at 9 for Sarries. Neil de Kock at the age of 37 onto the field.
On the short side there, Dixie.
I didn't see anything, fella.
Can we check it? No.
The Tigers have done very well to stem the flow of that drive, which looked rather ominous for a moment or two. Stolen the ball, but not legally. Will Evans penalised.
Yeah, he's entitled to go for the ball. It's just his entry.
Number 20
Call came in from Paul Dix, the referee's assistant, just saying as it collapses he remains on his feet. I think he was initially part of the maul, but as it collapses he then comes in from the side.
I know, I tried to have a look, and we'll certainly be aware of the next line there, okay?
There's Evans coming in, he just slides down the outside, doesn't need to steal that ball. Once you're bound in, you have to stay there.
The penalty count, not in itself telling a story, but the number of those penalties inside the Leicester half is potentially costing them here. Wind's picked up just a little bit as well. How long is it? Nothing like it. Nothing like it. The ball is loose though. And
23 knock on his first attack.
Nathan Earl thought he'd secured it, but not before he knocked it forwards.
Jackson Ray stealing. It's a difficult one for Thompson, isn't it? It's dropping in front of the post. There's not time for him to clear it. He has to run it.
What's going on with the kicking? This is the metronome we're talking about. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody.
Just to the left, okay? Thanks.
Watching Eddie Jones will be slightly concerned because his ability with the boot from the floor for England has been one of the crucial factors in the way that they play.
Crouch!
Building a score, enabling their back row to compete harder.
This is a massive scrum, having made those changes in the front row for Saracens now. Leicester will look to see if they can still get the penalty, clear the pressure. It's a good counter shot from Saracens, but here come the Tigers.
It's available to use because it's gone up.
McCaffrey carries hard into Berger.
Inside, call it inside. Inside.
Oof. Not the kindest for Owen Williams, and Burns is playing with fire, but look at the footwork. Itoje snares him. Question of high tackle on Burns from Itoje, but seemed to dart very low towards the defender. This is Brits. Cop for Farrell, and Berger feeding it onwards to Hamilton. Farrell,
it's okay, up you get
Barrett, kick charge down, picked up by Roberts, inside ball for Brady, Tom Brady's away, and that won't stick.
Hit back by Leicester. Hit back by Leicester.
So nearly, so very, very good.
Yeah, Saracens throw in, but Brady really sharp. Roberts is sharp onto it as well. Good pressure. Barrett's kick's not a great one. This is good interplay, but Brady just can't get back to Roberts to find him there. Important intervention from Barrett, the man who made the poor kick originally. Here's the bag from Barrett, and then just watch his recovery. He's under pressure. He doesn't give up now. He's got to stay in there and makes the all-important hit as that offload to Roberts comes from Brady.
And your 8 played it away. Okay, I'll come have a look. That's how
He's looked very bright since arriving for Manu Tuolangi, Tom Brady.
Yeah, thrown back out by, knocked back by Leicester.
And Roberts trying to run this one off.
Knocked back by Leicester.
It's a knock on, isn't it, from Rhodes as they come back through, so lovely little break there.
Close the gap again.
You thought that Barrett wasn't going to get
take
back.
A step. We'll reset slowly. Up you come, Saracens.
Not known for his chasing pace, but there he did incredibly well to make the cover tackle on Brady.
I'll do it. Thank you.
Scott Brits finding Itoje in the line out, a smooth operation.
Ball's available. Ball's available. Off you get. You're not on the ball. You can't lie on it.
DeCock has sent that a long way forwards, and Burns fumbling backwards, again trying to run his way out of trouble. Berger's working hard to hold him up. It's there for Ben Youngs. Williams for Beetham. Youngs, ball half charged down by Itoje. DeCock sensing an opportunity.
Knock on. He's okay.
Sorry, scrum.
Again, Itoje being given licence to get to Ben Youngs. Maybe Youngs has got to do a bit better about positioning his blockers. O'Connor's on the wrong side really there. Not enough numbers in there. Maybe Slater should have been brought forward. But 10 out of 10 for Itoje targeting that foot.
Yeah, it's gone off.
Arms and legs everywhere this afternoon, Maro Itoje.
It's so hard, Al, kicking game, whether you stood at 9 or at 10 for Leicester, just the pressure that's applied to you, especially if you haven't got any blockers in. But this is a contrasting view. Really nice break from Thompson, spins out the tackle, gets to the outside, Farrell puts the tackle in. Now you know you want to force territory. You've been turned over, you've got slow ball, you can't really play from it as a 9 or 10, so what you want to do, you want to find some territory. But look what's in the backfield. You've got the right, the middle, the chip, and the far left covered. So Saracens, we had Alex Anderson talking about it. They're winning that kicking battle, both at the breakdown by pressurising the 9, but also in the backfield as well by not giving a clear option to Owen Williams. It's not just about how you kick, it's about how you position a kick and how you have people covering kicks. Saracens winning that department so far.
Bind! That's it!
Are you cold by any chance?
Are you cold?
Yeah.
My teeth chattering?
Yeah, they are. It's dropped a few degrees recently, I think. Here comes Saracens again. Barrett on the charge. That's an advantage. That is a penalty at worst for Sarries. It's gone forwards. JP Doyle very quickly onto that. And this
JP Green
is almost dead on to the posts.
But Barrett's got time to appeal to the referee on that one. It's one of those close ones, isn't it, that actually a year ago it's probably not even flagged. But World Rugby trying to change behaviours. Doesn't matter if you start on the ball and bounce up.
Well, players are going to have to practice their ability to drop low when stepping back against the sidestep, because your natural instinct is to put your arm up, and because your body weight is moving to the outside, it's very low to get down, very difficult to get low. So that inside step is going to be, well, we're going to see a lot more of it after January the 3rd.
So now the question, just how much has Owen Farrell been off-put by the couple of misses this afternoon, the last of which was not a thing of beauty in any way, shape or form. Better, much better from Farrell, and Sarries edge into a 7-point advantage. Far from home and hose just yet, but getting there.
Territorially, Leicester just need to get down into Saracens 22, exert some pressure on Saracens, have a little bit of time pressure down there, because at the moment they've been making attacks but turning the ball over and allowing Saracens to relieve that pressure.
Maro Itoje, you feel a growing presence, but Sarries clinging onto the ball, refusing to release, and Leicester have their opportunity to strike back.
I don't think you were going to jump for that one anyway.
No. What was that?
Oh, okay.
Mike Fitzgerald doing a terrific job in there.
Yeah, really good reload from Evans as well to get back to his feet, create another target for the clear out to have to try and get through.
But we saw in the first half where Ben Youngs was criticised for rolling away. Evans there stands up, makes it very difficult for the clear out to come through, and allows Fitzgerald to get his hands over the ball.
Nip and tuck all the way here at Welford Roads. 4 points in it, 7 minutes remaining. And the Leicester director of rugby well refreshed. Youngs taken by Good, and the momentum carried forwards by Ray. Good tackle from Genge. The ruck ball is fast for de Kock. Bosch being held up by Cole. Toji. Again, this is the area of the pitch that Tigers have been giving up penalties, costly penalties. Britt sets it up. Jim Hamilton taking on Youngs. De Kock, Farrell, Bosch enveloped, no way through there. Barrett.
Quality carrying under pressure, as Youngs got onto it.
No problem. That's fine. It's a ruck.
Ben Youngs, I think, for a minute thought that he might have had that. It's taken on by Kelly Brown, who's driven back hard by Tom Youngs. Tigers doing a really good job of disrupting possession here. Bosch. And forwards. Good defensive pressure.
We just saw that difference. The first few carries from Saracens, they were able to get on the front foot. A really good one in there from Jim Hamilton. But as soon as Tigers just managed to get the momentum back, it then becomes very, very difficult to not spill ball, to get people coming in from the right angles when you want to clear out.
Time for the brothers to take their leave in their place. George McGuigan and Sam Harrison. At the forefront of another battling performance here at Welford Road.
See how many times Saracens have managed to get over the gain line.
In comes Graham Kitchener. Mike Williams is making way.
And Fitzgerald slides over from the second row to the flank. Kitchener slots into his spot.
Crouch! Into the last 5 minutes.
Just keep our space on this side. It's okay. Just keep space.
Saints have taken the lead at Kingsholm by 13 points to 12 with the help of a penalty try.
You've got Williams and Burns either side of the scrum here. Leicester can either fight for the penalty at the scrum to gain the territory from the kick, or kick direct and hope to turn over at the line-out. But first and foremost, they need some territory in there. One of these two guys pushing the corners. You can't drop all three back in the pendulum, so you are given one side to kick at, and it's normally this Leicester's left-hand side. You see, Alex Good stood relatively centrally behind the scrum.
And with already 2 resets, this has eaten up a precious minute.
Referees come to have a look at the battle between Genge and Figelow. Figelow ended up on his stomach at that last scrum.
It's there for Brendan O'Connor. It's there for Williams and Roberts. Harrison.
The advantage still just being played. They've got that forward.
Well, it's an interesting call from JP Doyle, isn't it? Because playing the advantage, but they'd already made a good 20 metres or so upfield.
I think you want the penalty straight away, Ali. See, I've got the chance to go as far into the, well, hopefully into the Saracens 22. Unfortunately, Owen Williams has only made 20 metres there with the kick.
3 minutes remaining, 4 points in it. And we've seen some nail-biters across this weekend of Aviva Premiership action. There might just be another twist in this one. Tigers under pressure. The ball knocked forwards. JP Doyle and the assistant referee on this near side, Paul Dix, in disagreement about that, actually. Neil de Kock gives a little bit of relief to Saracens. Thompson sets off. Clawed down by Itoji. Pressure applied here by de Kock. More excellent attacking work from the Tigers through Beetham. Trapped back in their own half though, and Burns flattened by Itoji. Was that knocked forwards by Itoji in the tackle?
Itoji swinging that arm round. They've been in that position before. Just trying to get enough disguise on it. I'm pretty sure he knew what he was doing. Just wrapping that hand, trying to get it through to the passing hand of Burns there. think actually he catches the arm, doesn't he? So I'm not sure whether that should have been a Leicester put in.
Pretty marginal.
Does he touch the ball here? Yes, he does, yeah. Forearm on the ball. Good spot from JP Doyle.
Every time he this side, every time he this side, he rolls his shoulders, he just goes down.
Well, 3 penalties conceded today, but he's put himself about with all the usual vigour.
Stay up on this side, okay? So I don't have to keep flip-flopping.
So a big scrum here.
Yeah, the experience of Scott Brits there, just telling the referee what to look out for. Just complaining that the shoulders rolling from Tigers, trying to present a picture that it's not all Saracens.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Every time I'm on this side, there's a collapse that side. Every time I'm over there, there's a collapse here. Time is off.
We might be at this for a while, Austin, so who's your man of the match?
Well, there's been some really good performances. I think the packs have been immense against each other. Slater, Fitzgerald, McCaffrey working hard for Leicester, Jackson Ray, Berger, Rhodes, Satoji, all playing well. But this game has been turned by a try, turned on its head by a try. And by that man there, Owen Farrell. He's our Aviva Premiership man of the match today. Missed a few kicks, but that 5 points is all that separates the two sides.
All the points his. Oh dear, this is very messy at a very critical point.
It's been fine all day, except every time I go there, the scrum's on the ground. Hey, get up so I can see the picture and win the scrum. Let's go. Here we go.
Time against Richard
ground,
Cockrell
okay?
and Aaron Major.
Get through it now! Let's go, Chicky! Seconds! Down!
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Well, far from steady. Far from steady.
Hey, no, Saracens, no, I'm here. Go back, Leicester, it's okay. Hey, Ellis, just scrum down, please. Just scrum down. There'll be no cheap anything here. Let's just go, please. Let's go. Form up the scrum. Form up the scrum.
Let's go then!
Critical moments. Final minute of the match.
Don't pre-game. Let's go. Hold the gap.
What attempt is this? Number 4?
Get on your second row. Crouch!
I've lost count.
All the while,
Bind!
although the referee's stopping the clock, it's still rolling.
Penalty Tigers.
Him. Straight down. Absolutely nothing legal about it.
JP Doyle unequivocal. And the Tigers need territory first and foremost. They've picked out Maitland. And he's sending it high into the stands.
Yeah, Owen Williams going for the miracle kick, trying to get as much distance as possible. They still get this put into the line out. A last roll of the dice for Owen Williams.
Saints have beaten Gloucester at Kingsholm by a point. Can the Tigers rescue something here? They've got a losing bonus point. They want the victory. Slater. Harrison. Driven on by Evans. The advantage with Leicester. 3 points no good to them quite clearly. Taken by Harrison. Beetham enveloped in the tackle. Still they go to that short side. Jules McGuigan held up by Kelly Brown. The Leicester faithful finding their voice. They need a spark from somewhere. The clock is well into the red.
It's a really good carry from Evans, dipping, preventing getting the big shot on him.
Williams to Roberts, bustling his way upfield. Kitchener. Burns, Brady, Beetham, O'Connor running out of space and running out of time.
Neil.
It's still there. Harrison, Williams, Roberts, here's some space. The ball dislodged. Nathan Earl with a critical intervention. Farrell caught inside the 22. Tigers desperately trying to claw their way over the top of the ball. And Neil de Kock finishes it off. Hanging on at the end, Saracens. But they've soaked up that pressure and they've found a way. A rare home defeat in the Premiership for Leicester. A result that is sure to increase the scrutiny on Richard Cockerell's future and on the Tigers' immediate future. But Saracens have got the job done and Leicester have a losing bonus point. Full time here at Welford Road. Leicester 12, Saracens 16.
Yeah, and the difference between the two teams is probably just that belief, isn't it? Saracens questioned at times, but they never panicked. Probably typified at the end by Owen Farrell. Under massive pressure, didn't panic, was quite happy to set up another breakdown, knowing that someone else would clear the ball off the field. They're just at that different stage mentally than Leicester at the moment. It showed at the end.
I think both in terms of their organisation as well, the way they organise themselves as a team. Doesn't matter who starts, who finishes the game, they all follow the same patterns. They kick to a pattern, they chase to a pattern, they turn over to a pattern. And it's that stands Saracens slightly above Wasps so far in this lead into the new year.
Wasps with a narrow 1 point advantage at the top. Saracens on 46 points, one behind them. Exeter